I'm going to try to figure out that in my pocket. What I'm trying to do here is to figure out whether this will be good enough for my purposes. And how do I find that out, you ask? You ask, how do I find that out? Do I find it on YouTube? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Cross that bridge when we come to it. So what I want to do here is to put this in my little keeper drawer, because I don't think I have this color, and especially with such a lovely nib as that one. So put that in my box to store. This one I'm using for the moment. Now, this one really takes a good long time to get started. So what I'm going to do here is empty this and just fill it with water. Try to this work. I've been having weird issues with ink lately, and I don't understand what it's from. I don't understand its cause. I don't know if it's the wrong time of month, if the ink I'm using is bad, if I'm mixing inks. You know, how come when I fill it with water, like a gallon comes out, and when I fill it with ink, only drops come out? Is ink thicker than water? Oh, Tina. No, we're going to put this over where the pens I'm using are. We'll just keep an eye on this one. It's a beautiful nib. Everything about this pen is lovely. It goes over there. This is my favorite 45, which has the Wendell R. Anderson's name on it. He was the governor of Minnesota. That's filled with ink. This is filled with ink. Is a lovely nib, which takes a while to go. Why does it do that? It should just start right up. I might sell this one in the fullness of time, because I do have others that are duplicates. Very similar to that one. Little demi-red, burgundy. And a little regular sized burgundy. This one I think I can sell. It's really nice, but I don't need this. I have one that has someone's name on it that I kind of like. I'll keep writing with this, but when I'm done writing with it, I can sell it, I think. This one I need to keep. Has exactly the kind of nib I like on these, which is, you know it by heart, you people that watch me. It has a broadishness on this side and a finishness on this side. So there's a big difference between the two. This I got from Cedar, and it did actually break. So I'm gonna, has a really nice nib on it, but it did break, and I will just glue that together and hope for the best. This is one I have to fix, but I don't fix those at the moment. I put that in my to fix drawer. Well, the determinants right there. This one is the one that had the quote Waverly nib that has an upturned snout, which I think I may try to exchange with one that doesn't have an upturned snout. That's okay though, maybe I'll just leave it. This is the one that I gave to my niece or nephew. And I think my niece or nephew or brother or sister-in-law pressed down really, really hard on it because it wasn't writing. They thought it was a ballpoint pen, and I think they pushed the nib into the shell. So the shell was actually keeping the tines shut. Sometimes you have happen with 51s. This is a 51 special, which has a really nice broad nib and fine under writing. So I think I'll sell this one in the fullness of time, but I'll keep writing with it for a while. Okay, I'm going to try to fix this pen, or will I break it? What are your thoughts, Kitty? Fix or break? That's that. I can't quite hear what you're saying, Kitty. Try to pull this out. It is not coming. It's so neat because the writing on this thing is so raised up. It was like it was stamped yesterday. It's very bumpy because of the plastic. Tina, what do you want? I know, Kitty. You have food in there. My cat requires you watch her eat. And I just think that that's against some rule in Deuteronomy or something. I think that cats are supposed to eat food by themselves. I'm going to try a little bit of heat on here if I can find a book of matches. Why am I doing this, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. If you heat up the plastic just a little bit, it will expand just a little bit, and you can more easily see it worked. That's all you have to do. It worked right then and there. So I'm going to take my little tool here, take out the old sack. Tina, Kitty, I see you licking your chops. You must have just eaten something, so you can do it all by yourself. Daddy, I ate all by myself, you're saying. Good little kitty. So this microphone might be staticky or something-y, but I'm letting it just be that way. I can maybe figure out a way to fix it another time. Tina! What? Tina. I know. I was gone for 2 weeks and I come back and you're been so lonesome. And now I'm ignoring you. Might as well be that I'm still away. Is that what you're saying? With those plaintive meowing. I don't know what kind of shellac I'm using, but I think it's made of some sort of non-natural materials. It's not made of beetle shells or whatever shellac is supposed to be made of. It just smells horrible, and it dries really, really fast in the jar if I don't put the cap on. And it used to not do that. I used to be able to keep the cap uncapped for a long time, and it would never have a problem. But now I came back and the jar that should have been perfectly fine was all, there we go. That's a good boy. Spit it up. The last of the sack was still back there. All the way back. Some people go in there with all sorts of extra little tools to make sure it's clean, but I don't have time for that. It's not the way I do it. I'm impatient. The sack is in my mouth. That's why I'm talking funny. Okay, what is this clogged? It is clogged. Okay, let's just take it out, take the nib off. this out. Does this come out? No. It is clogged. Put it in the water. Let it soak from both ends. Here's the cap. Here's the cap. Put the nib under the clip like this. That's how we keep them together. And we put that over there. See? And in there, in the bath. Should probably put different water in there. Kitty, I'm coming into the kitchen. Tina, move. Okay, go. Right here, Kitty. Eat your food. Okay, am I impatient? Yes, I'm impatient. Let's just knock it out with the knockout block. Do we want to do that, people? Say yes or no. I'm going to say no. No, I'm going to say yes. I am an impatient son of a bitch. Here's the knockout block. Where's my little post? Little post. Let's see if this budges even a little bit. Where's my little hammer? If you don't have a hammer, use a vac tool. That is tight. So we're going to let that sit. Okay. I just took a shower. I just want you to know. I just took a shower. See what good it does to get clean? Just stay dirty. Just stay dirty. This is really sweet nib on this thing. This was a mint in the box desk set I bought on eBay, and I've put it on not quite so mint set. I traded the pen that was in here for that one. So, okay. Yeah, this paper is weird. I think that was part of my issue. See? Why is it doing that? You're supposed to write. What the hell is wrong with you? Why is this not working? Sometimes pens just don't work, and I can't figure them out. Why should this? It's working now. I think this is the black ink I got from Will Hodge, but sometimes my little ink bottles get mixed up. I really like these pens, these Waterman Statelys, or Taperites, or whatever they're called. They have just enough flex to make them actually be interesting. Some do. Some are very stiff, but the ones that have a little bit of flex are really fun. This one has more flex. So is my voice all crackly? Where's my loop? This feels scratchy, like the nibs are a little wonky. It's because they are a little wonky. The one on the right is quite a bit raised up from the one on the left. And that helped it a little bit. I think. I feel it a little bit on the underside. But again, it's something that I can fix, tweak. At a different time. And that works much better now than it did just a minute ago. Is this the other demi, or is this not the demi? This is the one from my brother's house, which by pulling the nib out a little bit, I was able to allow the tines to have a little bit of freedom. This is the big broad one. This is going to make someone happy who wants to write big noisy letters. And this one too. Big noisy. Do I want to keep this one? Gustafson. What are your thoughts? Okay, let's do it. Let's compare apples to apples, dust to dust. Even find my way through here. I found it. I found the one I want. See here, Grace M. Bretternitz. So it's essentially the same pen as this, except this one says Grace. Which means it. What is Grace? Bless us, O Lord, for these thy gifts, which we are about to receive. Is that grace? Okay, this has a very prickly fine underside and a rather prickly fine top side, where this has a big loud top side and a little fine back side. So you'd think I'd want this one rather than this one. This one hasn't been used in a while. So maybe what I'll do, really a nice nib though, except it's going to take a while for it to get started because it hasn't been used in a long while. I think what I'm going to do is do a little switcheroo, bait and switch. So Grace now is loud, and here's Grace's cap. So I'll keep Grace. I'll keep this one, and I'll offer this one for sale. Maybe, or maybe I'll keep them both. Let me, again, because I think I had red ink in this one once upon a time. Let me just fill it with ink and let it. It's really neat how fine it is. But anyway. '51s, if you ignore them, you do so at your peril. They just take a good long time to get working again when you haven't used them for a month or more. Or, well, a year or more. If you have any ink in there that might have dried into the thing, it's just really hard to get it going again. So I'm just going to let that sit here. We were talking about the Signet earlier today, which is what this is. The WCW pen. I really like this, and I really don't like the Flighter. I have here somewhere. I have too many pens. Okay, someone just sent me a text on Messenger, probably saying my I don't want to add my mobile number. Come on. I have like so many of these phones right now. I got one from my father. I mean, he doesn't need it now. I got one from his estate. And I got two from my brother this last trip. And one of them from my brother is this one. And I just haven't organized it yet. Okay, I don't care, not now. I just want to, there we go. Marilyn sent a thing. Marilyn sent me a TikTok, which I will watch in the privacy of my own couch. This is pretty nice. The one that's very, very fine. But I'll find someone that wants a fine one. If you want a fine 51, let me know. In burgundy, Aerometric. Because I think I want to keep Grace's name. And now that Grace speaks with a loud voice, she's taking singing lessons from Ethel Merman. Tina. Okay. See you later, folks.